here on Carolina Women with our friend Cathy Ulmer. It's great to see you again. We have a fun topic to talk about today. We've been talking about getting older.
Yes.
And it's, for some reason, I keep hearing more and more about urinary tract infections and some of the unexpected things that they can really cause.
Yes.
Can we kind of talk in general about what a urinary tract infection is, how it's treated, and some of the kind of things that it can produce?
Yes, so all right, starting with
what it is.
Urinary tract infections, I mean, in general, they start by bacteria building up in your bladder or in your urinary tracts.
Virus.
Yes.
Not a virus.
Yes,
Okay.
no. So this is usually bacterial. I mean, there are different things that can cause urinary tract infections. So you can kind of see some of those over-the-counter testers. They'll test like different things that can cause urinary tract infections or might be in your urine to identify that. And usually there's a lot of causes of them. So, dehydration, not drinking water, cleaning the area, the way you wipe, like it's a lot of times what we talk about with little children, and things like that. Maybe the pool. So during the summer, we see a lot more urinary tract infections because like swimming in a public pool, maybe wearing your
And
bathing
what about
suit
with like
longer.
people that are hospitalized?
And
It seems to
then
be
that's
pretty
another, like, so in the
prevalent.
elderly population, a lot of times it's either there's difficulties in urinating, which are causing like urine not to be
Cleanliness, too, I would think.
not evacuating fully, things like that, or laying in bed for certain amounts of times, like bedridden. A lot of
You're
times
just more prone to it.
You're just more prone to it, or you're not. Again, like laying down and urinating, there's pooling.
Exactly. Do most UTIs, and we're talking about women and men here, do most UTIs come with symptoms, or are they asymptomatic?
A lot start off asymptomatic.
Okay.
But usually, and I say this because my daughter just had a urinary tract infection and had no symptoms whatsoever until it was bad.
Okay, got it.
So it can vary depending on the type of infection that it is. So most of the time you're going to feel some kind of burning, irritation, difficulty urinating, and then in severe cases more like, blood in your urine and things
Can you
like
get
that.
a fever too?
And
or-
you definitely, like if it's severe, usually you're going to run a fever or a low-grade fever, but you may not.
Can it resolve itself, or can you do a home remedy? You hear people doing cranberry juice,
Yes.
things
So kind of
like
depending
that.
on what's causing the urinary tract infection. Sometimes things can cause urinary tract infections that we can, hydrate, cranberry juice, and really kind of just like
Flush it out?
wash it out.
Okay.
But again, if you're starting to run a fever, immediately you need to see the doctor to make sure you're getting an antibiotic.
I've heard, and tell me if this is true or old wives' tale, that oftentimes elderly people will have memory loss or start having some psychological symptoms.
Confusion.
Yeah. So a lot of times it gets, people think that their loved one who was maybe bedridden or is becoming like crazy. They're emotionally like
Volatile.
volatile, almost delirium. They're getting delirium. And that's urinary. That's just the side effects of a severe infection. And in my daughter's case, she had almost tinnitus.
Oh,
where her
interesting.
hands locked up like this.
No kidding.
And it was just because the fever was so severe that it was just causing that to happen. So like tinnitus type symptoms, delirium, fevers, things like that. And then it really is undiagnosed. And a lot of elderly people, they just think that they're, it's Alzheimer's, it's memory, something's wrong with them. And they'll go for weeks or months without being treated for just a urinary tract infection.
Is this an emergency department trip, or is this a go to your primary care doc trip? Is this a call Cathy Ulmer at the pharmacy?
Walk to your pharmacy.
If you're just feeling like you might have a urinary tract infection, you can come in the pharmacy. We can get you an over-the-counter test, just to, kind of give you some guidance. If you're having a fever, it's definitely call your doctor and try to get in, or go to urgent care.
So the
or
quicker you have an intervention on that.
Right, because sometimes it can spiral, pretty quickly into like what we were just talking about. So it's good to go ahead and get those antibiotics on board, start flushing your body with water.
I love it when we talk about these things because they really affect the whole population.
Right.
Kids, you know,
All
all
ages.
It's really important, and I think it's something a lot of people just don't know to talk about. So I really appreciate you chatting with us. Erin and I always have fun. It's great to see you again. Stay with us. There's a lot more to come here on Carolina Women.